Yo, hey guys, SmallmouthCrush. In today's video, we're going to make it real quick, but I want to talk about the St. Croix Victory rods. They have a lot of great rods in the lineup, and this particular rod here, the VTC 73 MHF, otherwise known as the Marshall, did really well throwing swim baits for me recently down on Pickwick with my buddy Jason. So we're going to head out to Pickwick, show you some of the video, some of the fish catches that we had, and then we're going to talk a little bit about the rod and why I think it's a great rod for this technique. That's all coming up. So this was kind of a spur-of-the-moment decision to head to Pickwick. It's a little early for the conditions that we were hoping for. We were hoping to slam them. In the past, you guys have seen some videos with myself and Ryan Salzman up there throwing hollow belly swim baits, the truebass swim baits, and wrecking them on it. But Jason and I went up there and we just wanted to mess around. And I didn't have a whole lot of equipment with me for this trip. I was a little unprepared, but I did have the Marshall. So the thing about the St. Croix Victory rod, the Marshall, I think it's called the Marshall because it's a very versatile rod. I will throw topwaters on this. I will throw swim baits. I will throw swim jigs. There's so many different things that you could do with this particular rod. So in this particular video, I was actually throwing the 4.5 inch in Citron, and it's got the truebass screw lock jig heads on it as well. And it really pairs well with this application. This was perfect. And we were just slowly swimming these in any of the current gaps, the current seams, any place where we saw some irregularities in the water and how it was kind of flowing, because we were fishing a lot of current, but there would be some eddies, and that's where these fish were sitting, and they were just feeding on shad. And so I went with this color because it was a little stained, and of course smallmouth loves chartreuse, and it pairs well. I was using 14-pound gamma fluorocarbon. Now 14, 15, 16, even up to 17-pound is perfect for this application. As far as the reel goes, I'm using a Shimano Curado. This is a 7.4. It's a great reel. And so this is a great reel. And you guys know I've been experimenting a little bit. We had Scott with spool speed on and actually changed the bearings out. There's 2 bearings in this reel that I changed. And it actually is going to allow you to get a little bit more distance on your cast, and it certainly did for throwing these swim baits. I really felt like I was at least getting another 20% distance on my cast, which was really important. I wanted to bomb that cast out into that current, reel it down, and just kind of tick the bottom and move that swim bait in that current, hoping that we connect with some of these smallmouth that live in Pickwick. And if you haven't checked out Spool Speed, I highly recommend them. I actually changed every single reel over to these bearings, and it has made a difference. So there's a lot of great rods that St. Croix makes. There's other rods even in the Victory lineup that's going to work great for throwing a swim bait like this size swim bait. But really for me, the Marshall got the job done. It's an extremely versatile rod. You'll be able to throw a lot of different baits with it. If you're a co-angler and you're looking for like a well-rounded rod that you're going to be able to use for a lot of different applications, this is certainly going to be a great rod for that. So Jason and I arrived mid-morning. And we're just looking for any irregularities, any current steams. You're looking visually at the water, at how that current changes. And that's where we would set up and throw these swim baits. And we connected with a few. Jason caught this one. It's a nice fish, a little skinny. Needs to feed up a little bit here. We'll forgive it. Of course, a little blooper.
Oh, shit.
I guess that's what happens when you got a big compartment lid opened up and you got to set the hook. The problem is, it wasn't even a smallmouth, it wasn't even a largemouth, or a spotted bass. A dang white bass, all that work for nothing. Well, we got to save that. The blooper reel. I really like how this rod loaded up on these bites. Thoroughly impressed with this Victory Marshall. By the way, we lost about, I don't know, 2 pounds of true bass swim bait heads this day. Another nice smallmouth. Citron, true bass, of course. Anytime you're on the Tennessee River, that's the deal. Got another good smallmouth. Well, hey, thanks for checking out the quick video. Again, the St. Croix Victory series of rods. This one was the Marshall. It threw that true bass swim bait perfectly. Had a blast. Want to thank Jason for tagging along with me as well. Don't forget to head on over to The Real Shot. They carry a bunch of St. Croix rods. Go check them out. I might put a code down in the link below that'll help you save some money as well. And as always, until next time, we'll see you guys on the water.